Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Creative Lead Blitz Challenge. I'm so excited that you are here for this lesson. Having done a lot of the mindset work over the last couple of days, I hope you're still feeling really ready and raring to go, as this one is going to be a corker. So we are going to be talking about authority boosting and how you can present yourself in the most professional, slick way that you possibly can and get a lot of traction very, very quickly. So it's really important that we did that mindset work. If for whatever reason you haven't done that, stop this video, go back and do it, because this is going to be very, very challenging if you're not in the right mindset. Now, let's get straight into it. I do have the screen share again for you. It's not slides that we're using, it's the actual material that you have so that you know what it is that you're working with and what the workshop sheet currently looks like. So without further ado, let's can see it. Perfect. Hopefully you can see that with me now. Let's get rid of this. And away we go. Okay, so you effectively are going to be following the instructions on the worksheet. And this is going to be our first social media post that we're putting out there. Hopefully you have been messaging everybody in the chat box saying, hey, I'm going to be releasing a post. Can you look out for it? Keep doing that. You can't do that enough. When we release it to the world, we want people to see it and we want people to celebrate it. Now, before we even go into the worksheet, when you see what we're doing, don't panic. Do not get your knickers in a twist, because we are going to be talking about the release of an ebook. And this is not going to be the creation of our ebook. We are simply doing the promotion of an ebook. Now, this is a really, really important point. In business, we create the demand before we create the supply. Let me say that again for you. We create the demand before we create the supply. In this day and age, it is very, very easy to create the supply for whatever demand it is. Believe me, if you've suddenly got 100 orders for your ebook and everyone's excited saying, oh, yes, please, I'd love a copy, you will get your lovely little bottom in gear, or big bottom, whichever you prefer and happen to have. You will create it. When I first did this and I put out my post for the ebook, I think I probably had maybe 60 or 70 people asking me for it. And that really prompted me and inspired me to put my best material together and create it. But I'd got leeway. I'd got a couple of weeks. So I will say in the post, let me know if you'd like a copy when it's ready. And then, you've got time to create it. So do not think that you've got to create a whole ebook before we even post the book out. We're not. We're creating demand before the supply. So it's just like a little caveat before we even go into the workshop. And trust me, this system is proven. It works. I won't let you down. You don't let yourself down either, please. Don't get in your own way. You've addressed all of those fears now. You've come to terms with the idea that actually this could work and that you might be successful. And you can be successful. You will be successful. And whatever that looks like for you. So start enjoying it. Start living it. And let's get going. This is the crux of your whole campaign, and it is likely to transform your social media page forever. So let's do this. Ready, steady, go. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? All right, so you'll move over to the Google Docs document. as I've mentioned, we are transferring over into a format so that it's a little bit easier and a little bit more user-friendly for you. But I love Google Docs because you can copy it. As you know, don't write directly on the master. You can copy it and then you can edit to your heart's content. Now, as I've mentioned, you may have various different feelings around this. There might be a mixture of nerves and excitement. You might be like a bit apathetic and a bit like whatever, or you might be feeling really confident and know, right, this is the ideal for you, is that you know you're going to crush it. You're going to do awesome and amazing. So however you're feeling, that's all good. You just need to follow these steps. Now, we're going to be making an announcement about the launch of, as you heard me slip, wait for it, your very next ebook. And so this talks a little bit more about the demand and supply. We don't know whether anyone is going to want our ebook yet. Quite simply, so you might spend hours and hours and hours creating an ebook that then you put out to the world and no one wants, and then you're feeling really upset and disheartened, and you know, you go away, you cry, and you don't do anything forever and ever, and then your business goes bust. I'm sure that wouldn't be the case, but you know, if you allow yourself to spiral, what's the worst that could happen, eh? So the reason that people sometimes do create stuff that people don't want is not because what you have created isn't valuable and it isn't useful and it isn't highly in demand and need. It's simply that you've got your messaging wrong. I'm going to say that again, right? So the reason that people do not buy things is not because the product is not good. Your product, what you've created, I'm sure is absolutely amazing. You've got your messaging wrong. And this is what we're working on throughout this whole course, is getting your messaging right. So you've got people putting their hands up, you know, like literally running for stuff. I'm sure you've seen various marketing posts before where loads of people have put their hands up for it. And you're thinking, well, I do exactly the same as that. In fact, I do it even better. My product, my service, my skill is far superior to that. Why is everyone going for this and not for mine? And the reason is that they've got their messaging right. They're speaking to their audience's heart. And it's a powerful thing. Let me put my teeth in. So, without further ado, let's carry on moving. You are going to copy this template here in the Word document. So it says, it's official. I'm writing my first ebook on how to XYZ without XYZ, even if XYZ. I'm going to say that again so you can hear it as well and see it. I'm writing my first ebook on how to XYZ without XYZ, even if XYZ. That is the fundamental, probably like the most used phrase in the whole of the marketing and business world, because it talks about what your customer is going to achieve, the benefit, the main value that they're going to get, the result and the outcome, without the struggle and the pain and the various objections that they might have, the things that they think they need to do and whatever, you know, the slug and the yuck. Even if, and then they're having a particular challenge. So even if, right? So for example, I'm writing my first ebook on, let's use my business as an example, how to get more clients without feeling sleazy and icky and yucky, even if you don't like social media. That's an ironic one, right? Because we're using social media for this very post. Even if you're a total beginner, even if you've done it before and you've failed in the past, Right, let's do a couple of different ones for some creative niches. So I have worked with a fashion designer. So for example, quite a lot of fashion designers actually. So I'm writing my first ebook on how to wear red without feeling uncomfortable, even if you're a little bit overweight, for example. Or how to source sustainable fashion pieces without spending a fortune, even if you've got really expensive taste, something like that, right? One of the childcare providers that I worked with, what did she do? She did how to a nursery provider, something like that it was, without without feeling really guilty, even if you have to work full time. So how to make sure your kids are loved without feeling guilty, even if you have to work full time. And then she talked about, like her creative childcare business and how her family really make them feel it very much happen. Anyway, right. So for the last X years, I've been, and then you put in whatever it is that you've been doing. So the last 17 years, I've been working as a creative entrepreneur, doing amazing projects all around the world and helping people. This is the bit that's really important, helping them to build their confidence, overcome overwhelm, feel really amazing, build businesses. That's just all me, right? Imagine what you have got for yourself. So if you are working as a VA or you're a pastry chef, right, for the last X years, I've been working as a top class pastry chef, and I have helped corporate events companies to wow their clients with the best tasting pastries that have ever been made, for example, or as a VA. For the last X years, I have been helping tired, overworked, very busy, super disorganized entrepreneurs to get their act together, to be slick and polished and professional, and to to feel like they're the king of the world, the queen of the world. I hope you're getting the picture here. Now, for the very first time, I'm releasing a brand new ebook about how you can do it too. No fancy funnels, no opt-ins, no fee. You want it, it's yours. Just give me one of these and then you insert loads of emojis below and I'll send it to you when it's ready. PS, tag someone who you know this will help. So that's all pretty self-explanatory, right? We're not talking about funnels because at the moment that's the big thing, right? Everyone is, everyone's got a funnel. Everyone needs to put their name in the box. But people don't like these sign-up forms anymore. People see straight through them. So if you want it, it's yours. And then you get people to comment on your post and give you loads of emojis and loads of nice comments and tag people that genuinely might be interested in your offer. So because based on what you've said at the beginning about who you help, you've been super clear about who you help, and therefore it's going to resonate with people, right? Like if I happen to know, I know several corporate events organisers, right? So if I've seen that someone's organising a cake event, a pastry chef that's going to taste amazing and make the events much better, I'm going to tag that person. I'm going to tag a couple of my friends and say, have you seen these amazing cakes? This could be really helpful for you, right? If I can think of several disorganized entrepreneurs who could really do with a VA, and I will tag them and say, hey, look at this. This is really cool. Are you interested? Now, the reason we don't need fancy funnels is because we're going to be engaging. We're going to use this post for loads of really cool multi-purpose things, right? We're raising awareness, we're raising engagement, of our brand. We're establishing ourselves as an authority. And we're also then going to connect with the people that are on the post and establish a relationship with them. Now, this is super important because when we're feeling a bit icky and a bit sleazy and like, oh, I don't want to talk to people, we've already then got a really solid connection. People have put their hands up, they've volunteered, and we've got a reason to start talking with them, engaging with them on the messenger that then kind of compounds and goes back. And you're starting to build conversations, connections, genuine friendships, relationships, and that's going to translate in a big way. So that is the content of the post. Now you are going to insert a professional graphic design or a photo via Canva of the book. So you need to get yourself, if you haven't already got yourself some professional photos, I highly recommend you get yourself some professional photos. And then you put a picture of yourself on the mock-up of the book. Now, I personally, I'm comfortable with Canva. I can do it in 10, 20 minutes. It's easy peasy. If it's going to take you longer than 10, 20 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, if I'm feeling generous, then cool, go ahead. If it's going to cause you stress, get on Fiverr and get someone to do it for you. I'd personally recommend, if you're going on the Fiverr route, that maybe you shortlist like maybe 3 people to send them the brief, and then you choose the best one for $15. You've got yourself this awesome marketing material that you can use, for a very long time. It's going to serve you very, very well. All right, we're still going. This is, I said that this challenge was going to be work, and it is, but it's going to pay off. I promise you, there will be a return on your investment here. You are going to post it's really important you get this mock-up done. You're going to post the post that you just said, that we just spoken about. You're going to post that on social media at 8 p.m. your time. Ideally, for Facebook, the ideal time is anywhere after 6:37. 7 is better than 6:30 because a lot of the mums and stuff are still getting their kids in bed and whatever. But around the 7:30, 8 p.m. mark, loads of people are on their phones, they're watching telly, just scrolling through, doing their thing, and they're fully engaged. So that timing is quite crucial. On LinkedIn, you can you've got a bit more flexibility with the time. So you can post in the morning before people start work, around lunchtime when people are having their break, or in the evening, not too late in the evening when people have signed off. Though these days, because people have got LinkedIn on their phone and it's taking a little bit more of a friendly social vibe, you can get away with posting in the evening. Now, when I did the challenge for myself, going through it with, like literally hundreds of other people that were seeing great success, I did get, I'm using this phrase a lot today, I did get my knickers in a twist a bit. I was like, oh no, I've missed it. I took ages to post it and faffed about and procrastinated. So believe me, and I know I wasn't the only one that did that. Believe me, you're not the only one that is going to faff about or procrastinate. Let's try not to do that and hit the deadline. If for whatever reason it goes out late, it's better it goes out late than not at all. I'm going to say that again, right? You're going to get the best results and the best outcome if you meet the deadline, but you are better to post it late than not at all. I hope you hear me on this. Now we're going to post it everywhere. So we're going to post it on our personal page, on our business page, in the Facebook groups that we're in, on your story, on LinkedIn, on Insta, TikTok, whatever. Send it to people in your email. Make a big fuss of it. This is, this is your relaunch. This is your big moment to make a big fuss, to get loads of eyeballs on your offer and your messaging and what you can do. And it's cool. Okay. Now, if you're one of these people that puts loads of pressure on yourself, then let's downplay it, right? I've said all of that stuff in terms of this is your big moment. Actually, it's cool. If you flip it on the other side, we're just doing a little Facebook post and we're posting it in a couple of different places. If people see it and engage in it, cool. If they don't, we're good, right? We've not lost anything. We've lost maybe 40 minutes of our time. Then, next step, as you've posted everywhere, make sure to thank everyone that engages with you on the post, both in the comments, and then send them a message saying, thanks actually so much. I really appreciate you for taking the time to post on my post. As you know, we're priming the Facebook algorithm, so it's compound. But what are we also doing? We're building friendships, building relationships. We're connecting with people in a genuine, heartfelt way and expressing gratitude. What can be better than that? Now, for the moment, I want you to keep a focus on getting this posted. If for whatever reason you bossed it, you're an overachiever and you're like, woo, I am on fire, and you want to give yourself a head start, then you should have raised the algorithm by all of this connection already. And if you haven't done that, go back and do some. But and you might want to pay a bit more attention to this, but there are some key notes around posting on social media for what you can do to boost your engagement even more. But for the moment, just focus on getting this post ready, get your book ready, your post ready, post at 8 p.m. And then, and I would suggest that you contact some of the people that you've asked for help, particularly the ones that you posted, like messaged a couple of days ago, and just say to them, hey, you said you'd help, just sending you the link so that you can see it. Facebook and LinkedIn, all the social media platforms are crowded. And I was so grateful that I did this actually. I'd done the homework, I'd reached out, I'd pre-warned them, sent them the link, they all jumped on, and everyone was vibing with one another, you know, like my friends were talking to different friends and connecting, and it was a really joyful experience. Now, I just want to, before we finish this lesson, because it's been going on a little while, let me just close this window so that so I just panicked there and thought maybe you hadn't been able to see any of that. I just want to say that the worst thing that can happen here really is that no one likes or engages with it, right? And if that happens, that's cool, because no one had liked or engaged in a post that you hadn't created or you hadn't shared before, right? That's definitely no worse, right? You're definitely worse off not creating a post and not sharing it, because then absolutely no one's got any hope in hell of liking and engaging. And you've taken a step forward, you've moved out of your own way. Now, generally and genuinely, a lot of people are glad to help, and they're super appreciative, they're super supportive, they're very, very encouraging. You may well, when we're talking about the worst that can happen, you may get a few people that are a bit, you know, a bit arsey about it, a bit like, who's she to be asking me to do it? Why should I do that? You get people that are in a bad mood and they might snap at you and say, no, I don't want to help you. And that's okay. We're cool. We're going to forgive them and we're going to move on with our lives, because this is something I want you to write down for yourselves as well. Other people's opinions do not pay your bills. I'll say that one more time. Other people's opinions do not pay your bills. They do not serve you in any way. So stay in your own lane. If they want to be in a bad mood and be grumpy, that's fine. The more you grow in business, the more successful you are, the more haters there are going to be. And that's just human life, okay? You can deal with it. I really want you to hear this. You can deal with this. No matter what people say or do, whether you get a good response or a bad response, you can deal with it. And what you're going to feel afterwards, even if it might, you know, it's never nice to get bad comments. And as I said, it's not likely to happen. Sometimes with a lot of the clients that, you know, the hundreds of clients I've been working with, sometimes it does happen and you do get a bit of resistance with it. Please believe me, it will sting at the time. You might need to do a little bit of comforting and reassuring of your ego. You can manage it and you can move forwards. And trust me, the result is going to pay for itself. So to recap, what are you going to do? You are going to create your authority post with your starting with, I'm writing my ebook on how to solve this problem or have this pleasure without whatever struggle you've got, even if whatever kind of normal objections that sometimes people have, you haven't got any time, money, whatever. Then you're going to create your mock-up, your photo mock-up, get it done, outsource it if needs be, and then you're going to post it everywhere, either 8 p.m. this evening or 8 p.m. tomorrow. You've got time between. Then you're going to message everyone and tell them about it, that it's live, and then start genuinely, this is actually quite a key point, when people engage on your post, then you're going to comment back on them saying thanks, send them emojis back, message them, whatever, right? Start engaging so that it builds a bit of a buzz and a vibe and awesome feelings. I hope this is all clear. And yeah, good luck. Ready, steady, go.